Engineers are at the forefront of solving society's most complex challenges, turning vision into reality and delivering solutions that strengthen infrastructure, foster resilient communities, and enhance quality of life. Tonight, we celebrate outstanding engineering accomplishments whose impact is felt across our communities, our state, and far beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to ACEC New York's 59th Annual Engineering Excellence Awards. Our organization is proud to recognize 131 projects from 62 firms. The delivery of safe transportation networks, life-saving healthcare facilities, essential water and energy systems, and more is made possible through the collaborative efforts of engineers, architects, contractors, and clients. Please join ACEC New York in recognizing our Silver Award winners.
The following projects have won Silver Awards for excellence in the category of studies, research, and consulting engineering services. Barton and LeJudas for Syracuse Waste and Recycling Revitalization, and the client is City of Syracuse.
Parsons for Beyond the Viaduct I-81 Viaduct Project Environmental Impact Statement, and the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
VHB Engineering Surveying Landscape Architecture and Geology for White Plains Vision Zero Action Plan, and the client is City of White Plains.
For excellence in the category of Building Technology Systems, ARUP US for the Frick Collection Expansion and Renovation, and the client is the Frick Collection.
Dewberry for MEP and Structural Engineering Services for Astoria Target and Strip Mall, and the client is Janelle Real Estate.
Lizardos Engineering Associates for Jack Shaman Gallery Phase 2, and the client is Anne-Brigitte Cherois.
Shinoy Engineering for Building Bright Futures, High Performance Systems for PS 730K, and the client is RKTB Architects.
For excellence in the category of Structural Systems, CNS Engineers for Field Maintenance Facility Expansion, and the client is Gerald R. Ford International Airport.
CHA Consulting for Kings Road Bridge Replacement, and the client is City of Schenectady, New York.
D. Simone Consulting Engineering for Terminal Warehouse Redevelopment, and the client is L&L Holding Company.
Gilsands Murray Stefik Engineers and Architects for how New York City is converting workspaces into residences, 25 Water, and the client is GFP Real Estate.
Tectonic Engineering Consultants, Geologists, and Land Surveyors for Ingersoll Houses, Exterior Restoration, Rebuilding the Community Brick by Brick, and the client is New York City Housing Authority.
For excellence in the category of Waste and Stormwater, H2M Architects and Engineers for Flush with Potential, the Kings Park Downtown Sewer Project, and the client is Suffolk County.
HVEA Engineers for Brooklyn Yard Stormwater Management, and the client is Metropolitan Transit Authority.
M&J Engineering for construction of row green infrastructure in Borough of Brooklyn, and the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
For excellence in the category of Water Resources, D&B Engineers and Architects for treatment of 1,4-dioxin PFOA and PFOS at Christopher Morley Park, Wells 8, 9, and 11 facility. And the client is Port Washington Water District.
H2M Architects and Engineers for A Sure Thing, restoring Oak Beach's water system. And the client is Town of Babylon, Suffolk County Water Authority.
For excellence in the category of transportation, AECOM for New York City Transit Railcar Acceptance and Testing Facility Design Build. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
Alra Engineers for resurfacing Route 35, and the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
SI Engineering for preliminary and final design services for multi-site safety improvement. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
WSP USA for Tupper Lake Station Platform and Rail for Adirondack Railroad. And the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
For excellence in the category of special projects, H2M Architects and Engineers. For From Rain to Rain, stormwater savvy sports facilities. And the client is Summers Central School District.
NV5 for Brigadier General Charles Young Playground Sports Field Reconstruction. And the client is Cal Ripken Senior Foundation.
PS&S for County of Essex Sheriff Armando and Mary Fontoura Community Center. And the client is County of Essex.
For excellence in the category of small projects, WSP USA for Erie Canal Harbor Station Rehabilitation. And the client is Niagara Frontier Transportation Authority. Please welcome your host for this evening, President and CEO, John Evers, and Chair, Nancy Clark.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Nancy Clark, Chair of ACEC New York and Vice President at KSE Engineering and Land Surveying. And I am pleased to welcome you to the 59th Annual Engineering Excellence Awards. As we celebrate this evening, we look to the future with confidence, but acknowledge the challenges overcome, the milestones achieved, and the spirit of collaboration that continues to drive innovation forward. It is that spirit that will shape a stronger future for New York and beyond. Please rise now as we begin the evening with the national anthem. Thank you. Each year, this evening serves as a reminder of why we do what we do. We gather to recognize members whose work rises to meet the evolving needs of communities across the world. The projects honored tonight speak for themselves. The engineers in this room are the driving force behind our built environment, and their achievements deserve both our recognition and our gratitude. But these awards do not represent any one person or firm alone. They are a reflection of the dedication of our members, the vision of our clients, and the expertise of the contractors who all bring these projects to life. Many special guests were able to join us tonight, and I'd like to recognize a few of them. Please hold your applause until all of the names are read. Our many representatives from New York State and New York City agencies, including Ahmed Tagani, Commissioner of New York City Department of Buildings, Jamie Torres Springer, President, MTA Construction and Development, Eric McFarlane, First Deputy Commissioner of the New York City Department of Design and Construction, Magali Austin, Executive Deputy Commissioner of New York City Department of Design and Construction, Stephanie Winkelhake, Chief Engineer at New York State Department of Transportation, Rizwan Beg, Chief Engineer at the Port Authority of New York and New Jersey, and George Paralemos, Chief of Staff of the New York State Department of Transportation. I also welcome Dan Larson, incoming chair of ACEC National, and John Gamble, president of ACEC Canada. Thank you to the various representatives of the military present tonight and our many distinguished guests. I sincerely welcome the representatives of our Award of Merit winners, whom we'll be honoring later in the program. Dr. Vlada Kenneth from the New York City Department of Housing Preservation Trust, and Vesna Hadzibabich for New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation. And lastly, I'd like to welcome all of the emerging leaders who represent the near future of our many member firms. Thank you all for joining us tonight on this tremendous occasion. And thank you to my co-host for the evening, ACEC New York President and CEO, Johnny Evers.
Thank you, Nancy. Good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to co-host tonight. I am privileged to be here on behalf of ACEC New York to celebrate the talent of our members and the excellence of the projects being recognized this year. While you're here tonight, we invite you to help us promote the inspiring work of our talented members by sharing photos and insights about this event on social media and tagging ACEC New York. On the back of your printed programs, you'll find a QR code to access the professional photo gallery, which will be ready for you viewing later tonight. While we encourage your participation in the use of your phones, please make sure they are silenced during the formal program and continue to give your honorees the respectful attention they deserve. This year, ACEC New York honors 2 industry leaders and great friends of the association with Lifetime Achievement Awards. These awards recognize an individual whose career has been defined by exceptional leadership, integrity, and dedication to advancing New York's built environment. This honor celebrates those who have demonstrated extraordinary initiative and have made a lasting, positive impact on the engineering community and the public they serve. When called, please proceed to the stage and accept your plaque. The first Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to my good friend, Tom Foley. Tom's decades of service, concluding in his leadership as Commissioner of New York City Department of Design and Construction, embody the very qualities this award represents. Through his commitment to innovation, collaboration, and excellence, he has strengthened New York City's infrastructure and set a standard of professionalism that will continue to inspire future generations of engineers. Congratulations, Tom.
Hello, hello. Thank you. Didn't know I was speaking, but Johnny, many thanks. It was December. I was walking down 42nd Street from my new home at Mount Sinai, and I ran into Johnny. I mean, what better people to walk into? And Johnny had mentioned about this award, and I was extremely humbled, and I still am. It's due to ACEC and the amazing people in this room that have shaped who I am. Started off as an intern with the City of New York, and I worked until August of this year for Department of Design and Construction, DEP, and others, and an amazing, amazing journey. And the one thing I will say for the people that are in this room is number one is to thank you. Might have my name, it does, might have my name on the plaque, but it's all the people in this room that have been amazing, amazing supporters for me. And, you know, really, and congratulations to the award winners. I saw the amazing photos outside. It really is a testament to what we do each and every day. And I know that at times things are crazy with projects and where, you know, budgets and schedules, but it is so important to step back and to really appreciate the built environment, what you do each and every day. And I will say in just a thought, when I was really appreciation of what engineers do, it was when I was down at the Trade Center, and I know for some of our scholarship winners here, you might not be familiar with a Hewlett-Packard 11C. See, they don't even know what I'm talking about, but we all do. Basically, for our scholarship winners, it's a little bit bigger than an iPhone, and it's quite weird. You have to enter in the information first. You have to hit enter into the numbers, and you do that. You know, it's almost like backwards. And I remember being at the World Trade Center after 9/11, and an amazing team of engineers from all different fields, all different companies, working together with their Hewlett-Packard 11Cs out. Because we were worried about the cranes that were coming down in and around the Trade Center. And I thought what pride I had as for the industry, for these civil engineers with literally buildings still on fire and debris and everything else. They're there calculating loads and resistance and tension, momentum, and I was like, geez, I should have paid more attention in school. I didn't, so that's why I was on the other side. But anyway, so many, many thanks to all those that have supported me. My wife Kaz is here. And I will just do a little shout out for Johnny and Bill and Taylor. Amazing, amazing partners. As we were up in Albany advocating and at City Hall, we never made it to Congressman, never made it to DC, but I think Johnny's probably there frequently. But walking in the halls, we always said, give us the tools that we need to succeed. And as engineers, you know, get us the money and get out of the way and look at what we could achieve through alternate delivery and other things. So many, many thanks, Johnny, and an amazing team at ACEC for the partnership and the support. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, Tom. It's my pleasure to present the second Lifetime Achievement Award to Joseph Seabode, former Deputy District Engineer and Chief of Programs and Project Management. Throughout his career, his distinguished career with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers and the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection, Joe has guided major civil works, infrastructure, and resilience programs across New York, New Jersey, and beyond. In selecting him for this award, ACEC New York recognizes the profound and lasting impact his work has had on infrastructure, environmental stewardship, and the engineering community in New York. Please join me in congratulating Joe Seabode. Should we move that? Oh, let's go this way so we're not.
I hope you got that. Did you get that photo?
Wow, this is awesome. Thank you very much. This is a wonderful recognition, and I want to just congratulate all the incredible award winners and scholarship winners this evening. It's hard for me to imagine that I graduated from Manhattan College over 45 years ago. Woo! Jaspers! With a master's in engineering, I set out to find the right niche where I could put my skills to work and use my passions to make a difference. I was blessed. I found the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. There I could deliver on my passion for public service and action solutions to complex problems. I loved it. Not only the incredible variety of work, but the people and the mission and helping others. Today, my mind is swirling through the amazing things we accomplished for our region and the country through trust, respect, collaboration, teamwork, and friendship. It is all about team, and I want to thank retired Colonels John Boulay and Tom Asbury, and special longtime co-conspirators and friends Paul Tuminello, Anthony Ciora, Lisa Barron, Kevin Dugan, Carla Asbury, and my wife Joanne, who are here to support me. I know I wouldn't be up here without the likes of them walking arm in arm with me over the years. It has been a true honor to work with ACEC for decades, and I am sincerely grateful to John Evers and Vice President Gina Potfora for the partnerships we created and nurtured across the industry. And believe it or not, those partnerships have brought me back into public service, as recently I have started a new position with the state of New Jersey, helping with their energy issues. Let me leave you a final message. And scholarship winners, please listen carefully as you're ready to enter the next phase in your journey. Follow your dreams. Unleash your passion. Lead by example. Be the go-to person, and just go make a difference. Thank you for this wonderful recognition.
Congratulations, Tom and Joe, on their Lifetime Achievement Awards. Now I must acknowledge the time and the commitment of our esteemed panel of engineering excellence judges, which included representatives from agencies and authorities, academia, architecture, and many sectors related to the built environment. Judging took place in New York City on a single day in late October to review the engineering excellence entries based on the criteria of originality, technical value, social and economic considerations, and complexity. May I ask the judges who are here tonight to please stand and be recognized. Thank you. On behalf of ACEC New York, we appreciate your generous contributions of your time and expertise to help us honor the outstanding efforts of our members. Speaking of a donation of time, I'm proud to welcome our two MCs of the evening, Congressman Joseph Morelli and Congressman Mike Lawler. Thank you. Gentlemen, please stand. I want to acknowledge you. Old friends of mine from the Assembly, fantastic public servants. Your presence highlights your commitment to reliable, proactive infrastructure and emphasizes the critical role engineering plays in shaping New York and our nation. At this time, please welcome ACEC New York's Vice President, Gina Potfora.
Thanks, John. Thank you. Wow. An evening of this caliber does not come together without extraordinary effort behind the scenes. It would not have been possible without the generous commitment of our volunteers. Please join me in recognizing them. Several members of the Emerging Leaders Committee have stepped up to assist with setup, greeting attendees, and checking in winners at the Empire reception. Emerging leaders are more than just up-and-coming professionals. They are the future CEOs and principals who will lead their firms and shape the future of ACEC New York. Thank you for your time and energy today. I also want to express my gratitude to the members of our Engineering Excellence Committee, who play a crucial role in monitoring, organizing, and overseeing the EEA program. We truly couldn't have done this without the leadership of our committed co-chairs, Jessica Mariani and Nick Dandelos. Last year, last year marked the conclusion of Luke Martinek's committee service, and we were excited to welcome Nick Dandelos to the committee's leadership team. It's fair to say it's going well this year. We call it the Greek effect. I'm proud to announce that we broke our sponsorship record and have increased the dollars benefiting the ACEC New York Scholarship Fund by 27%. Yeah. I'd like to thank Jessica and Nick for their dedication and support of this program, and congratulations to Nick on being selected to serve on ACEC National's EEA committee as well. It is my pleasure now to turn the program over to the co-chairs of our EEA committee. Please join me in welcoming Jessica Mariani and Nick Dandelos.
Thank you. As Gina mentioned, I'm Jessica Mariani, Principal at HVEA Engineers. Nick and I are honored to represent this committee, without whom tonight's celebration would not be possible. Will those Engineering Excellence Committee members in attendance please stand and be recognized? We sincerely thank each of you for your commitment and determined efforts in advancing engineering excellence. We look forward to the future achievements of this program as it continues to evolve and thrive in the years ahead.
I have to tell you, I've been here at these events, never been up on stage and everything like that. You guys look marvelous. You all clean up very nice. But anyway, good evening to all of you. My name is Nick Dandelos. I am the Senior Vice President at GFT. Engineering excellence does not happen by chance. It is the result of vision, perseverance, and the pursuit of innovation. This program is something that is put together to commemorate just that and honor the people, the outstanding contributions of the people that embody it. We are also very fortunate to have a lot of our sponsors here tonight that I want to acknowledge. And I'm going to go down and acknowledge everybody, but please hold your applause until I have acknowledged all of them, okay? At the Diamond Plus sponsors level, we have AECOM, GFT, STV, and Iovino Enterprises. At the Diamond level, we have Bravo. And then at the Platinum sponsors level, we have NV5, Cisco and Hennessy Group, WSP USA, and HDR. Our gold sponsors are Tectonic, H&H, Severud Associates, JB&B, Dewberry, Railroad Construction Company, KS Engineers, Langen, T.Y. Lin, Parsons, Thornton Tomasetti, Jacobs, and Chinoy Engineering. Our silver sponsors are HVEA Engineers, SI Engineering, Stantec, CHA, Mirabal, Alra Engineers, Lera, CSA Group, and Artheon. I'd also like to thank our Gala program advertisers as well as the patron tables. We would like to express our gratitude to all our sponsors for their critical contributions to this awards program. Thank you all for your generosity.
While we've gathered this evening to celebrate the accomplishment of firms, we also recognize the next generation of professional engineers. Since the inception of the ACEC New York Scholarship Fund in 2002, the fund has generated, wait for it, $1.5 million to support the education of over 480 engineering students. Tonight we honor two exceptional Award of Merit winners. Each winner will have a $10,000 scholarship awarded to a deserving student in their name. Although those students couldn't be with us this evening, we congratulate them and celebrate their achievements.
Our first award of merit is presented to the New York City Public Housing Preservation Trust. The New York City Public Housing Preservation Trust is being recognized for its groundbreaking approach to modernizing the nation's largest public housing portfolio while preserving affordability and resident rights. Since 2022, the Trust has established an innovative governance and has set the framework for a delivery model that combines resident decision-making with efficient alternative project delivery methods, such as design-build and progressive design-build. Through the, did I say something funny? Through its program, the Trust is unlocking billions in capital funding, leveraging HUD's project-based Section 8 subsidy to double resources for repairs and upgrades. Under the leadership of Dr. Vlada Knif, its resident-centered model and recent addition of progressive design-build delivery method are transforming aging buildings into safer, healthier, and more resilient communities, setting the new standard for public housing preservation and revitalization. On behalf of the engineering industry, ACEC New York recognizes the New York City Public Housing Preservation Trust with the Award of Merit. Accepting for the trust is its president, Dr. Vlada Knif.
All right. Good evening. Like Nick, it's my first time on a stage like this and reading from a teleprompter, so let's see if I do well. Thank you again to the ACEC for this recognition. On the behalf of the New York City Public Housing Preservation Trust, I'm truly honored to accept this award. It reflects the work of an extraordinary group of people who are committed every day to getting it right. The trust was created to do something very specific: deliver long overdue capital improvements to NYCHA developments while keeping this housing permanently public and deepening how we work together across agencies, disciplines, and partners. This recognition is especially meaningful because engineering is at the center of that effort. The work only succeeds when it is thoughtful, coordinated, and grounded in real collaboration from the start. And I'm a product of 2 engineers, so this is even more meaningful that this is the Trust's first award. We're currently advancing 4 developments representing nearly 1,800 apartments and over 3,200 residents. At Nostrand Houses and Bronx River Edition, design is actively underway, and we're working side by side with teams to develop solutions that are not only technically sound, but buildable, durable, and responsive to what the residents are telling us they need. Construction at both sites is expected to begin this year. And we're continuing to build on the foundations as we move forward to Highland Houses and Unity Towers. I want to take a moment to recognize the trust team, who is all here, a majority of it is. This work simply would not be happening without their focus, their discipline, and belief that we're building something together. I also want to thank our partners, many of you are here, and NYCHA, in particular, Lisa Bova-Hyatt for her leadership and partnership, and Michelle Basic. Michelle, stand up for a sec. For your continued leadership in this space. Most importantly, I want to recognize the residents. Their voices are shaping these projects at every step, and their partnership is what makes this work meaningful. Thank you again, ACEC, for this recognition.
Congratulations again to Dr. Kenneth and the Public Housing Preservation Trust. Although our scholarship recipient is unable to join us today, I would like to take a moment to highlight her academic accomplishments and share a bit of her journey. The Award of Merit Scholarship in honor of New York City Public Housing Preservation Trust has been awarded to Mallory Thomas. From Boca Raton, Florida, Mallory chose to pursue an environmental engineering degree here at in New York at Columbia University. She has served as president of the Columbia Birding Troop and mentorship chair and secretary of the Columbia American Academy of Environmental Engineers and Scientists, demonstrating her commitment to protecting and enhancing our natural environment. Mallory completed an internship with member firm Langen last year in South Florida and will join our friends in Langen's New York City office for another internship this summer. Tonight, Mallory is honoring her commitment to the Columbia Choir and performing with her classmates at their spring semester concert. Although she is unable to celebrate with us this evening, please join me in a round of applause for her, Mallory.
Now I'd like to recognize our second Award of Merit honoree, New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation. Under Regional Director Linda Cooper's leadership, and New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation has made transformative contributions to New York's built environment. Cooper's team has advanced a comprehensive program of capital investment, historic preservation, and sustainable design that modernizes infrastructure, expands public access, and enhances environmental resilience. Her work integrates engineering excellence with cultural and natural resource stewardship, ensuring that public spaces are safe, inclusive, and enduring. Through these efforts, Cooper and her team have elevated New York parks and historic sites into vital community assets, delivering one of the most significant and lasting enhancements to the state's civic and recreational infrastructure. ACEC New York recognizes New York State Parks with the Award of Merit. Accepting the award on behalf of Linda Cooper is Vesna Hadzi Babich, Long Island Capital District Manager.
Good evening, the American Council of Engineering Companies of New York leadership, members, and colleagues. On behalf of the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation and our Capital Bureau, I'm truly honored and grateful to accept this award of merit. This recognition reflects not just a single project, but the collective effort of our dedicated parkies committed to shaping and preserving New York's built environment. Our agency oversees more than 250 parks and historic sites across over 360,000 acres and more than 200 miles of waterfront, serving more than 88 million visitors last year. Our mission is to modernize aging assets while enhancing facilities, delivering safe, inclusive, resilient, and cost-effective spaces for the public. Every day, our colleagues bring care, expertise, and purpose to their work, ensuring these spaces are thoughtfully improved for future generations. We are proud to support projects that connect communities, protect cultural and historic heritage, and enhance quality of life across New York State. We are deeply grateful for collaboration of our partners in the design and construction industry, as well as our colleagues across government. Together, we achieve far more than any of us could alone. Thank you again, ACEC New York, for this recognition. It inspires us to continue striving for more excellence. Thank you.
In honor of New York State Parks, the second Award of Merit Scholarship has been awarded to Gregory Pepin. Gregory is a civil engineering student studying at Cornell University after growing up in Rochester. He has completed internships at with ACEC New York member firms Stantec Consulting Services and Labella Associates. Gregory serves as president of his school's Engineers Without Borders chapter and corporate outreach and professional development chair of his ASCE student chapter. Through his involvement in projects in South Dakota, Texas, and rural Bolivia, Gregory learned that engineering is fundamentally about partnerships, developing solutions with community involvement, goals, priorities, and restraints in mind. Ultimately, Gregory dreams of designing infrastructure that strengthens underserved communities and contributing to Rochester's continued revitalization. Gregory couldn't be here with us tonight, but we send him our congratulations. Please join me in a round of applause for Gregory. Congratulations again to our Award of Merit winners and scholarship recipients. I'd like to thank the Scholarship Committee for their efforts, including visiting schools and promoting our scholarships within their regions. This year, 27 New York engineering students will receive $96,500 in scholarships. Please join me in recognizing the dedicated members of the Scholarship Committee whose efforts made this success possible. Each year, we stress the importance of encouraging the next generation of engineers. One day, these talented young people will be sitting in these chairs celebrating their accomplishments as consulting engineers. It is our goal to ensure a promising future for us all with the most skillful and brilliant professionals at the helm. ACEC New York will continue to support these future engineers. Please join me in congratulating this year's scholarship winners.
On behalf of the engineering industry, we extend our deepest gratitude to our member firms and regions for their tremendous generosity and support. For those who have not contributed, we encourage you to consider establishing a named scholarship or making a meaningful donation to ACEC New York Scholarship Fund to help invest in the future of our profession. For the third year, ACEC New York has also awarded a total of $6,000 in scholarships to 6 community college students. We realize there are many paths to engineering, and we intend to continue to find ways to support the next generation of engineers. Throughout the year, ACEC New York works with several nonprofit organizations to encourage careers in engineering by distributing scholarships to dozens of college students, ensuring the impact of our industry is felt in every classroom in every corner of our state. Now, I invite you to direct your attention to the screens as we recognize our Gold and Platinum Engineering Excellence Award winners.
The following projects have won Gold Awards for excellence in the category of studies, research, and consulting engineering services. HDR for New York statewide fish hatchery condition assessment. And the clients are New York State Office of General Services and New York State Department of Environmental Conservation.
HNTB New York Engineering, Architecture, and Landscape Architecture for integrating climate actions into MTA capital programs. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
Loring Consulting Engineers for greening the city's backyard, a strategic path to decarbonizing New York City parks. And the client is New York City Department of Citywide Administrative Services.
For excellence in the category of Building Technology Systems. CNS Engineers for Cannabis Cultivation Facility. And the client is Zephyr Partners.
CHA Consulting for Renovate Jamaica Armory. And the client is New York State Office of General Services, Division of Military and Naval Affairs.
H2M Architects and Engineers for energy efficiency meets emergency response. And the client is Greenfield Fire Department.
Jacob, Feinberg, Katz, and McCauley Consulting Group for Design Build Team. Delivers an energy-efficient O&M facility for the Department of Parks and Recreation. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
Loring Consulting Engineers for Delacorte Theater. And the client is the Public Theater.
OLA Consulting Engineers for Bard College Stevenson Library Geothermal HVAC System Conversion. And the client is Brightcore Energy.
Velocity Architecture and Engineering Group, a company of Bravo Group, for One World Middle School at Edenwald, Eco-Friendly Futures, One School's Green Journey, and the client is New York City School Construction Authority.
For excellence in the category of structural systems. AI Engineers for Beneath the Surface, Emergency Vault Stabilization at 22 Reed Street. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
H&H for Renfrew Bridge, a showcase Scottish double swing. And the client is Graham Construction and Hollandia Infra Joint Venture.
Lero Hill for NCPD 2nd Precinct Station House, an expedited project of excellence. And the client is NASA County Department of Public Works.
Parsons for Connecting the Future Today, Hunts Point Interstate Contract 3. And the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
Severud Associates Consulting Engineers for JP Morgan Chase HQ 270 Park Avenue. And the client is JP Morgan Chase.
Thornton Tomasetti for Central Bank of Azerbaijan New Office Building. And the client is Tefkin.
For excellence in the category of waste and stormwater.
Arcadis for Frank E. Van Laer Water Resource Recovery Facility Capital Improvements Program. And the client is Monroe County Department of Environmental Services.
Arcadis for North Interceptor Sewer Replacement. And the client is City of Newburgh.
Barton and LaJudas for Baldwinsville Seneca Knolls Asset Renewal. And the client is Onondaga County.
GFT for Forging a Healthy Water Environment. And the client is Suffolk County Department of Public Works.
Hazen and Sawyer for Aligning Environmental Justice with Infrastructure, the West 3rd Street Pump Station Project. And the client is Westchester County Department of Environmental Facilities.
STV for Roma and Head Avenue Flood Resilience. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
WSP USA for Buffalo Airport Aircraft De-icing Treatment, Stormwater Containment Facility Expansion. And the client is Niagara Frontier Transportation Authority.
For excellence in the category of water resources. Arcadis, the Stadium Road Tank and Chemical Feed Station. And the client is Town of Greenburgh.
For excellence in the category of transportation. Alra Engineers for roadway pavement reconstruction, Longacre Road area. And the client is Town of Hempstead.
HNTB New York, Engineering, Architecture, and Landscape Architecture. For ADA accessibility upgrades and station improvements at 8 stations in the boroughs of Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, and the Bronx. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
Jacobs for Brooklyn Navy Yard Berth 9 reconstruction. And the client is Brooklyn Navy Yard Development Corporation.
KS Engineers for Webster Avenue Bridge Replacement. And the client is Railroad Construction Company.
NIAC Consulting Group for design and construction of ADA upgrades at 14th Street Complex on Canarsie Line in the borough of Manhattan. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
Nyack Consulting Group for 42nd Street access improvements. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
PS&S for streetscape improvements on Maple and Union Avenues in the Village of Westbury. And the client is Incorporated Village of Westbury.
VHB for Mill Creek Road Emergency Flood Repair. And the client is the Ward Melville Heritage Organization.
For excellence in the category of special projects. GFT for Sotomayor House's comprehensive upgrade. And the client is New York City Housing Authority.
Urban Engineers of New York for Regents Family Center Building Envelope Rehabilitation. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
Velocity Architecture and Engineering Group, a company of Bravo Group for Capital Task Force Program, empowering students through transformative and innovative learning spaces. And the client is New York City School Construction Authority.
VHB Engineering, Surveying, Landscape Architecture, and Geology for a multi-specialty ambulatory care facility. And the client is Canon Design.
For excellence in the category of energy. Dewberry for Port of New York and New Jersey, Port Newark Container Terminal, Solar Energy and EV Charging Project. And the client is Standard Solar.
Tectonic Engineering Consultants, Geologists, and Land Surveyors. For Javits Center, Photovoltaic and Battery Systems, advancing grid resilience through solar innovation. And the client is Siemens.
The following projects have won Platinum Awards for excellence in the category of studies, research, and consulting engineering services. AECOM for Reimagine the Cross Bronx Expressway. And the client is New York City Department of Transportation.
HNTB New York, Engineering, Architecture, and Landscape Architecture. For VN 84B Rehabilitation and New Construction of Brooklyn Verrazano's Bridge Ramps. And the client is MTA Construction and Development.
Shinoy Engineering for Decarbonizing Education, PS 501M's Path to Net Zero. And the client is New York City School Construction Authority.
For excellence in the category of Building Technology Systems. Arcadis for Brooklyn Paramount Theater. And the client is Live Nation.
Innovate Consulting for Eastchester Gardens Design Build Construction Management. And the client is CHA Consulting.
IMEG for FDNY Engine Company 74. And the client is Fire Department of New York.
Jaros Baum and Bowles for 270 Park Avenue. And the client is JP Morgan Chase.
Lero Architects and Planners for Sunrise Wind Onshore Converter Station, bringing green energy to Long Island. And the client is Siemens Energy.
Loring Consulting Engineers for Whitney Young Manor renovation and electrification. And the client is Paths Management Services.
OLA Consulting Engineers for Bard College, North Campus Passive House Dormitory Complex. And the client is DBI Projects.
PS&S for the Alice Princeton, a one-of-a-kind living experience. And the client is Wind Development.
For excellence in the category of structural systems. Arab and Cesar Fernandez Casado Joint Venture for US 181 New Harbor Bridge. And the client is Texas Department of Transportation.
DeSimone Consulting Engineering for MSC Cruises Terminal. And the client is Fincantieri.
Dewberry for World Trade Center, Salt Damage Remediation Design Build. And the client is Structural Preservation Systems.
Gilsands Murray Stefik Engineers and Architects. For preserving history and building the future, 59th, and the client is Tavros Development.
Pissarro Associates for Greece Community and Senior Center, and the client is Town of Greece.
Severud Associates Consulting Engineers for 1 Madison Avenue redevelopment, and the client is SL Green Realty Corporation.
Tectonic Engineering Consultants, Geologists, and Land Surveyors for PS 105's new edition, Engineering a Foundation for Future Learning, and the client is New York City School Construction Authority.
WSP USA for replacement of Esopus and Route 28A railroad bridges, and the client is New York City Department of Environmental Protection.
For excellence in the category of environmental, NV5 for wetland restoration, mitigation, and 132nd Street construction at the former Flushing Airport. And the client is New York City Economic Development Corporation.
Tectonic Engineering Consultants, Geologists, and Land Surveyors for Philadelphia International Airport wetland mitigation, ecological resilience, and restoration at FDR Park. And the client is Philadelphia International Airport.
For excellence in the category of water resources, Arcadis for resilient New York City partners, and the client is New York City Department of Environmental Protection.
COE for Rising with the Tides, and the client is Manson Construction Company.
D&B Engineers and Architects for 1,4-dioxin and PFOA treatment at Kirby Lane Wells 25 and 26. And the client is Jericho Water District.
Dewberry for maintenance, dredging, and channel improvements for Wildwood Channel Complex. And the client is New Jersey Department of Transportation, Office of Maritime Resources.
GHD for breaching and environmental impacts of Woodlands Lake Dam, a high hazard dam. And the client is Westchester County.
Stantec Consulting Services for Metropolitan Hospital Flood Resiliency Project. And the client is New York City Economic Development Corporation.
For excellence in the category of transportation, Arcadis for JFK Taxi Dispatch mobile app. And the client is Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
Cretin Manning Engineering and Surveying for Suffern Lane and Hammond Road. And the client is Rockland County Highway Department.
HDR for construction inspection and quality assurance for the design build replacement of 5 bridges in Region 8. And the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
HNTB New York Engineering, Architecture, and Landscape Architecture for RK93 Design Build Services for the reconstruction of Randall's Island ramps. And the client is MTA Construction and Development and MTA Bridges and Tunnels.
M&J Engineering for bridge rehabilitation of Bruckner Expressway I-278 over Rosedale Avenue. And the client is New York State Department of Transportation.
Wendell for Fueling Connections. And the client is Greenville Transit Authority.
For excellence in the category of special projects, AECOM for NYCHA Heating Program. And the client is New York City Housing Authority.
GZA for DeMarco Park Shoreline Reconstruction. And the client is New York City Department of Parks and Recreation.
KS Engineers for multi-location safety and infrastructure improvements citywide. And the client is New York City Department of Design and Construction.
Langen Engineering, Environmental, Surveying, Landscape Architecture, and Geology for the Walt Disney Company New York City Headquarters, 7 Hudson Square, Robert A. Iger Building. And the client is the Walt Disney Company.
VHB, Engineering, Surveying, Landscape Architecture, and Geology for Frey Family Emergency Department expansion. And the client is E4H Architecture.
For excellence in the category of small projects, HVEA Engineers for reconstruction of the Stanford Road Bridge over Wappingers Creek. And the client is Dutchess County Department of Public Works.
For excellence in the category of energy, Energia Engineering for the School District of Philadelphia GESA 3, a comprehensive $125 million revitalization. And the client is the School District of Philadelphia.
Siska Hennessy Group for JFK International Airport Central Substation 2. And the client is Yonkers and Five Star Partnership.
ACEC New York, leaders in the business of engineering.
Congratulations to all our Gold and Platinum Award winners. As a reminder, silver, gold, and platinum plaques have been shipped to winning firms directly. Now, to begin the Diamond Awards presentation, I'd like to welcome our two guest MCs for this evening. Congressman Joseph Morelli and Congressman Mike Lawler is proud to represent New York's 25th Congressional District, which includes Monroe County and a section of neighboring Ontario County. A lifelong resident of upstate New York, Representative Morelli is a former small business owner and was previously elected to the New York State Assembly, where he served as Majority Leader from 2013 to 2018. Throughout his career, Representative Morelli has worked diligently to improve and expand access to health care for all people, grow our economy, and protect our communities. He currently serves on the House Appropriations Committee and as ranking member of the Committee on House Administration. Congressman Mike Lawler proudly represents New York's 17th Congressional District, just north of New York City, which includes all or parts of Rockland, Putnam, Dutchess, and Westchester counties. In his second term as member of the U.S. House of Representatives, Congressman Lawler serves on the House Financial Services Committee, where he is Vice Chair of Communications, and the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Prior to serving in Congress, Congressman Lawler represented New York's 97th District in the State Assembly, securing bipartisan victories on public safety funding, middle-class tax relief, and historic increases in school aid. Please join me in welcoming Congressman Joseph Morelli and Congressman Mike Lawler.
Thank you, Nancy. It is truly an honor to be here tonight celebrating New York's remarkable community of builders and innovators. The work recognized this evening is foundational to the well-being of our state, from the structures that support our neighborhoods to the transit networks that keep our cities moving to the energy systems that power our homes. It's especially meaningful for me to see strong representation from Western New York and the Finger Lakes, a testament to the depth and range of engineering talent across our state, from Rochester's civic and water infrastructure to Buffalo's airport and waterfront projects. I'm glad to stand alongside my friend, Congressman Mike Lawler, in celebrating your achievements.
Well, you know that Joe Morelli, okay, he's a good guy, great guy, really spectacular, okay? Well, I want to thank Congressman Morelli. It's a privilege to share the stage with him. You know, my grandfather spent his career as an environmental engineer working on numerous projects tied to cleaning up the Hudson River, driven by the belief that getting environmental and infrastructure projects right is essential to protecting the communities that it serves. A graduate of Manhattan College, even today, at the age of 92, He continues teaching as a professor of differential equations, passing that commitment to engineering on to the next generation. Now, I will say, I am also a graduate of Manhattan College, but I was smart enough to go into accounting and finance. And I was a valedictorian in my graduating class, so it worked out very well at Manhattan, even though I didn't have an engineering degree. But the impact of an engineer's work is felt in every corner of the state. And so on behalf of the people of New York and the United States House of Representatives, I thank you for the extraordinary work that you do each and every day. And without further delay, we will now present 27 Diamond Award winning projects. These projects earned the top scores in each of 10 categories. As we read the winners, each project's award-winning panel will be shown on the screen above. After the final award is presented, we will announce the Empire Award, the top-rated project designed and built within New York State. This is like the Oscars for all of you in this room. And we ask you for your cooperation and respect during these awards.
I also want to thank Mike. He's going to be at the Stardust Lounge for the balance of the week, so catch his second show at 10 p.m. tonight. May I ask Engineering Excellence Committee co-chairs Jessica Mariani and Nick Dandalos to join us here on stage. And look at that, I think they're already here. Nancy will be presenting plaques to winning member firms, and Jessica and Nick will be looking great and will be presenting plaques to the winning clients. We will now present the first of 27 Diamond Awards.
For excellence in the category of studies, research, and consulting engineering services, Arcadis. For climate risk assessment to drive capital planning, accepting for the firm, Russ Dudley, New York City Climate Adaptation Lead, and Sarah Colasirdo, National Practice Lead, Enterprise and Asset Risk. Accepting for the client, Simona Shapiro, Chief of Design, Engineering, Architecture, Design Division, and Bobby Curio-Akose, sorry, Bobby, Deputy Chief of Design, Engineering, Architecture, Design Division, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
NV5 for Red Hook Coastal Resiliency Study, accepting for the firm Ashley Kahn, Project Engineer, and Matthew Nayer, New York Operations Manager. Accepting for the client, Tulone Dean, Assistant Commissioner, Infrastructure, New York City Department of Design and Construction.
Shinoy Engineering for Butler Houses, Decarbonization, a roadmap for all electric housing. Accepting for the firm, Kashul Trivedi, Managing Principal, and Yatish Sharma, Managing Principal. Accepting for the client, Siobhan Watson, Vice President of Sustainability, and Joy Cinderbrand, Senior Vice President for Capital Programs, New York City Housing Authority.
Velocity Architecture and Engineering Group, a company of Bravo Group, for PS 250K, the George H. Lindsay School, Securing Our Future, a bold leap to carbon reduction. Accepting for the firm, Ihab Shahada, President and CEO, and Kenny Pimenta, Senior Vice President, Director of Operations, Chief Engineer. Accepting for the client, Aileen Del Prado, Senior Director, A&E Design Consultant, Management Studio, and Imad Assad, Director, New York City School Construction Authority.
For excellence in the category of Building Technology Systems, AECOM for Suffolk Community College Renewable Energy STEM Center. Accepting for the firm, John C. Phillips, Vice President, New York Metro Managing Principal, Buildings and Places.
CSA Group, New York Architects and Engineers. For NYCHA, Eastchester, and Jackson Houses Design Build, Geothermal, DHW, and Heating Upgrade. Accepting for the firm, Richard Thomas, Vice President, Mark Preston, Contracting, and Jens Ponokow, Buffalo Geothermal. Accepting for the client, Joy Cinderbrand, Senior Vice President, New York City Housing Authority.
IMEG for Samara Community School PS 320X. Accepting for the firm, Kobe Pandy, Principal Client Executive, Eric Chan, Associate Principal Operation Manager, and Paul Alber, Associate Principal. Accepting for the client, Eileen Del Prado, Senior Director, New York City School Construction Authority.
Jaros, Baum, and Bowles for Disney New York City headquarters at 7 Hudson Square. Accepting for the firm, Brian Towers, Managing Principal, and Mitch Simpler, Managing Partner Emeritus. Accepting for the client, Duwan He, Vice President, Silverstein Properties.
ME Engineers for National Medal of Honor Museum. Accepting for the firm, Ed Bosco, Managing Principal. Accepting for the client, Bassam Komari, Partner, and Rafael Vignoli, Architects.
For excellence in the category of structural systems, CNS Engineers Incorporated for Shared Services Facility. Accepting for the firm, Michael Lamontagne, Senior Principal Architect, and Michael Hodeling, Chief Executive Officer.
CHI Consulting Engineers for Pulaski Skyway Contract 8B, Truss, Bearing, and Rocker Bent Replacement. Accepting for the firm, Chi Ye, Managing Principal, Stephen Tet, Senior Project Engineer, and Kayang Hua Chang, Senior Engineer. Accepting for the client, AJ Powell, VP Engineering, and Finta Doherty, Operations, Skanska.
Greenman Pedersen for Brooklyn Bridge Rehabilitation. Accepting for the firm, Gregory Zenk, Executive Vice President, and William Ferdinandsen, Vice President. Accepting for the client, Paul Schwartz, Deputy Commissioner, Chief Engineer of the New York City Department of Transportation.
Lyra Consulting Structural Engineers for Medeca 118, accepting for the firm, Eddie Roberts, Associate Partner, Elias Matar, Partner, and John Pugh, Associate Partner. Congratulations.
Parsons AECOM Joint Venture for the backbone of Brooklyn, innovative interim repairs on the BQE. Accepting for the firm, Seth Condell, Vice President, New York, New Jersey Regional Manager, Inter-Regional Bridge Technical Manager, Raul Karwayahno, Program Director, and Nadir Basta, Project Manager. Accepting for the client, Paul Schwartz, Deputy Commissioner of Bridges, New York City Department of Transportation.
STV for Grand Central Terminal Passenger Tunnel. Accepting for the firm, Hamid Rezai, Vice President, Project Manager and Design Manager, Harshad Pandit, Vice President. Kivansh Anku, Senior Project Manager. Accepting for the client, Matt Zekwak, Vice President, and Asnake K. Bedi, Senior Director, PCEO Stations, Metropolitan Transportation Authority, Construction and Development.
For excellence in the category of waste and stormwater, Mott McDonald. For Thames Tideway, London Super Sewer. Accepting for the firm, John Sheary, Senior Vice President of Global Water Market Lead. Melanie Bennett Monclovu, Portfolio Manager. And Reza Gassame, Area Development Leader.
For excellence in the category of water resources, AKRF-KS Engineers Joint Venture. For East Side Coastal Resiliency. Accepting for the firm, Wendy Ho, Senior Vice President, and Maggie Hopkins, Vice President, AKRF, and Kamal Shahid. Accepting for the client, Tulone Din, Assistant Commissioner, Infrastructure, and Eric Ilovich, Director, Coastal Resiliency Design, New York City, Department of Design and Construction.
For excellence in the category of transportation, AECom.
Congratulations.
For Hall Interlocking Expansion Design Build. Accepting for the firm, Nelson Monteciello, Project Manager, Vice President Brian Axman, New York Metro Transit Rail Lead Vice President, and Unil Pukrik, New York Metro Transportation Lead Senior Vice President. Accepting for the client, Scott Hart, Project CEO, and William Hilsheim, MTA Construction and Development.
Jacobs for Port Liberty Bayonne Berth 3 Wharf Extension. Accepting for the firm, Maki Anodere, Regional Group Leader, Ports and Maritime.
RMJV, GFT, and Muser Rutledge Consulting Engineers Joint Venture. For Herald Interlocking Unlocked, delivering flow and capacity in the nation's busiest rail junction. Accepting for the firm, Joseph King, Senior Project Manager, Jack Tobin, Vice President, and Sido Ta Fante, Partner.
Tectonic Engineering Consultants, Geologists, and Land Surveyor. For Hall Interlocking, bridging the future of LIRR's Jamaica Station. Accepting for the firm, Jesse Heimowitz. Vice President, Rail and Transit Sector Lead, Maxwell Figmund. Project Director, Rail and Transit, and Ayman Baki, President. Accepting for the client, William Hillesheim, Assistant Vice President, and Scott Cart, Senior Director, MTA Construction and Development.
For excellence in the category of special projects, Dewberry for Made Bush Terminal Campus. Accepting for the firm, Jonathan Linfield, Senior Project Manager, John Boulay, Executive Vice President, and Northeast Operations BU Manager.
Congrats.
Thank you. Congratulations.
H&H for Transforming the Bronx, the Hunts Point Interstate Access Improvement Project. Accepting for the firm, David DeLuca, Principal in Charge, Alana Friedman, Structural Group, Supervisor, Project PM, and Judy Wu, Project Engineer. Accepting for the client, George Paralamos, Chief of Staff, and Stephanie Winkelhake, Chief Engineer, New York State Department of Transportation.
H2M Architects and Engineers. For from drainage to diamonds, Wheelan Field and Pine Stream Extension. Accepting for the firm, Matthew Moline, Vice President, Department Manager, Civil Engineering, and Kenneth Keldai, Practice Leader, Landscape Architecture. Accepting for the client, Timothy Sullivan, Village of Malvern Mayor.
Congratulations. Yep. You too. Now, this next honoree has a special place in my heart because they bought my grandfather's firm almost 20 years ago. HDR for Central Business District Tolling Program. Accepting for the firm, Liz Pearson, Project Manager, and Paul Leghart, Tolling Practice Lead. Accepting for the client, Allison C. De Sireno, Ramolo De Santis, SVP, Program Executive and Chief Engineer, and Sergio Reese, VP of Tolling Operations, MTA Bridges and Tunnels. Congratulations.
HNTB, New York Engineering, Architecture, and Landscape Architecture. For John F. Kennedy Redevelopment, Accelerated and Innovative Delivery of Central Substation 2. Accepting for the firm, Oso, Senior Park Manager, Vito Ranieri, Program Manager for JFK Redevelopment, and Michael Mangione, Senior Vice President. Accepting for the client, Rizwan Baig, Chief Engineer, and Dan Shemalowski, Senior Engineer of Construction, Port Authority of New York and New Jersey.
WSP USA for Shirley Chisholm Recreation Center. Accepting for the firm, Keith Kustra, Senior Vice President. Accepting for the client, Hanan Benjamin, Senior Project Manager, and Lucy Wong, Assistant Commissioner, New York City Department of Design and Construction. And now, we have reached the most anticipated moment of the evening. The Empire Award is given to the top-rated project in the Engineering Excellence Program that was designed and built entirely within New York State.
On the screen behind us are those Diamond Award-winning firms that are eligible to win this award. The winner is only known by a select few people and has not been announced until this very moment. And the winner is...
It's blank. And the winner is...
the congressional jester, Mike Lawler here. AKRF KS Engineering Joint Venture for the East Side Coastal Resiliency. Congratulations.
project site today, and I can say it's looking really good, and that's a testament to many, many years of a lot of hard work and sustained attention from the people in this room, the leadership at DDC that has seen this through and persevered on really breaking ground on a groundbreaking project. And we're very honored to be a part of it and appreciate the honor here tonight. Thank you so much.